morning. Thank you for joining me this morning for gentle yoga. I'd like to get started this morning by coming to a nice seated posture. And I'm going to have a seat on a block. You can use a block or blanket or bolster if you have one. And we'll sit here cross-legged. And just start to ground down through your sits bones. Lifting up through the crown of your head, draw your shoulders back and down. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale through the mouth. One more time, nice deep inhale. Exhaling through the mouth, just allowing the shoulders to relax away from the ears. Breathing in and out through the nose. And just beginning to notice the quality of your breath here. Observing where the breath might be getting stuck. Maybe at the top of your inhale or at the bottom of your exhale. Don't try to change the breath, just notice. Let's move into three-part breath from here. So on your next inhale, imagine filling each lobe of your lungs. So inhaling, filling the lower lung, the middle lung, and the upper lung. Exhaling, reversing that, emptying the upper lung, the middle lung, and all the way down to the lower lobes of your lungs. Just emptying out any stale air that might be stuck. Keep going here, filling up on your inhales. Emptying out on exhales. From here, gently blink your eyes open. Take a nice deep inhale. And one more exhale through the mouth. All right, from here, on your next exhale, just turn the head and gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale and turn your gaze towards your mat. So we're opening up the left side of the neck here. You can even give a few shoulder rolls on the left side. Just beginning to open up that area. Nice steady breath here. Keep your 3-part breathing. Inhale, lift the gaze and turn back to center. Exhale toward the other side, so gazing over the left shoulder this time. And then again, gazes towards the mat. Giving a few shoulder rolls on the right side, opening up the right side of the neck here, breathing. Inhale, lift the gaze, turn back to center, and just a few shoulder rolls back and forward. Now, if you need to switch your feet here, sometimes that can be a good idea, and since we've been sitting for quite some time now, we're going to go ahead and bring hands to the shoulders. And continue to sit up nice and tall here. And we're just going to do a few circles with the elbows. So you're going to exhale, draw the elbows close together. Inhale, circling, opening up. So keep moving here. Any crunching, cracking, or popping that you're hearing is perfectly normal. Continue to use the breath to help you open up. Nice gentle movements this Monday morning. And then switch directions. Come back to center, shake out the hands. Go ahead and bring your hands together, interlace your fingers. And we're going to just start to, with the elbows at shoulder height, just start to pull apart the fingers. And let's do that twice more. Nice gentle movements here. Shake out the hands. From here, let's bring hands together, forearms together, lift the elbows, interlace your fingers, and we'll do just a few wrist circles. So slowly moving through any tightness. Keep breathing. Switch directions. And then inhale, press through the palms, round the shoulders, drop your chin to chest for a moment. Release. Re-interlace the fingers behind you and start to press down through the tops of the hands. Lift up through the heart. Maybe look up or just keep the gaze forward, whatever feels good to you. Exhale, release. A few shoulder rolls here, back and forward. And before we come off of the blanket or block, I'd like to do a little eagle arms. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to lift the arms. We're going to bring left arm under the right, and then just start to bring the left hand in line with the right here. So we're here in this nice little twist. Lift your elbows. So if your hands don't meet, that's okay. I'm just doing this to the best of your ability. Inhale. Exhale, nice and long. And maybe just a few rocks side to side. And then come back to center. Inhale one more time. Lift the elbows just a little. Nice stretch here. Exhale, maybe fold forward. Maybe hinge at your hip creases and fold forward just a little. Not very much. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release. Give a few shoulder rolls. We're going to do the other side before we come off of the blanket or block. This time we're going to swing that right arm under the left. Bring the hands together if possible. Lift the elbows for a nice deep stretch. Breathe. And then a few rocks side to side. Come back to center. Inhale deeply. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release. One more time, a few shoulder rolls back and forward. Now let's go ahead and come off of the blocker blanket. We're going to extend the legs out in front. And just lean back into your hands for a moment and start to shake out the leg bone from the hip socket and lift up through your heart. Nice deep breath in. Maybe look up or keep your gaze forward. Keep the heart lifted and then point and flex the feet a few times. Go ahead and scoot the leg bone back into the hip socket. We're going to come into a nice staff posture. So you're sitting up nice and tall here. You're bringing your hands next to your hips. Press down through your palms. Flex your feet. See if you can spread your toes nice and wide as you lift up through the crown of your head. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, draw your navel toward your spine. And then just circling the feet, some ankle circles here. Exhaling as you press the toes away from the body. Inhaling as you draw them towards the body. And you can do this as quickly or as slowly as you like. I like in the morning especially to move through this pretty slowly. Just to notice where the tightness is. And then switch directions. All right, maybe shake it out a little bit. And we're going to move right into eagle legs, seated. So bend your knees. And we're going to sort of lean back into the hands a bit. And you're going to cross your right leg over your left, and then see if you can bring your right foot behind your left ankle. If that doesn't happen, it's okay. And then from here, we're just gonna rock a little side to side. Try to keep your heart lifted, or a nice deep breath. Come back to center, uncross your legs, bring your feet out to either edge of your mat, and then we're just gonna windshield wiper the knees back and forth a few times. So you're inhaling center, exhaling as you drop the knees, inhaling back to center and exhaling toward the other side. So just a few times. And then maybe come off of the hands for a moment. Shake out the hands. And we're going to do the other side. So bring the feet back toward the center of your mat. We're going to cross left leg over right this time. And see if you can bring the left foot behind the right ankle. If that doesn't happen, it's okay. Keep your heart lifted. We're just going to rock a little side to side. Few more times here. Inhale back to center, uncross your legs. We're going to bring feet back out to either edge of the mat. You can readjust your seat if you need to. And then again, windshield wipering the knees. And just only moving with breath here. Inhale back to center. Go ahead and sit all the way up this time. And from here, we're going to sit cross-legged and see if you can bring your right foot or your right ankle over your left thigh. So just above the knee. And if this doesn't work for you, you can always come down to your back and cross your right ankle over your left thigh here. So you're just above the knee here, and you're just gonna flex your foot. So this works seated or lying down. In fact, maybe lying down would be the best option here. And from here, just take a nice deep inhale. Your neck is nice and long on your mat. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, nice and long. And then maybe just give a little nudge to the inside of that right thigh. So you're starting to press the knee away. Little stretch here. Keep breathing. And on your next exhale, you're going to keep that ankle over your thigh as you draw the left knee towards the body. So you can use a strap or maybe even a belt if your hands don't come behind the knee. So otherwise you want to interlace the fingers behind that. If you're using a strap or a belt, that can help you to keep your shoulders on the mat. Exhale, release your grip, uncross your legs, bring your feet back out to either edge of your mat. And again, we're just gonna maybe bring your arms out to a T in line with your shoulders and just start to windshield wiper the knees back and forth. Come on back to center, scoot your feet back towards the center of your mat. We're gonna cross the left ankle over the right thigh this time, so just above the knee. Flex your left foot. We're gonna take a few breaths here. Nice deep breaths, nice long exhales. And on your next exhale, maybe just giving a gentle press on the inside of that left thigh. From here, on the next exhale, we're just going to start to draw that right knee towards the body. Keep your shoulders and your neck nice, shoulders relaxed, neck nice and long. If you need a belt or a strap, you can bring that behind the right knee. Otherwise, interlace your fingers behind your right knee and just start to draw that right knee in. Keep your left foot flexed and just keep breathing. Nice long exhales. Exhale, release. Uncross your legs. Bring your feet out to either edge of your mat, arms out to a T in line with your shoulders, and some windshield wipering of the knees here. Keep breathing. From here, we're going to roll over to one side. Keep your knees bent. And you're going to use your hands and forearms to inhale your way back up to seated. And from here, let's keep the knees bent for a moment and just give a few circular motions around the knees. Just giving the knees a little love this morning. And then switch directions. All right. So From here, let's go ahead and come to a tabletop position, and we're just going to work on wrists. So make your way into tabletop. You want your knees under your hip bones, wrists under your shoulders. You're going to spread your fingers nice and wide. Inhale as you look towards the top of your mat. Exhale as you draw the navel toward the spine. So nice neutral spine here. We're going to turn the fingertips so that they're pointing towards the outside edge of the mat. So the heel of the hand, the heel of both hands is like towards the center of your mat. And then we're just going to rock a little side to side. Now you can deepen this. If this doesn't feel like it's doing very much for you, you can start to bring the heel of the hand a little closer towards the center of your mat. And as you rock side to side, you'll notice it's a little deeper stretch. And maybe hang out on one side or the other for a moment, depending on tightness. And just breathe. And then maybe sit back for a moment and shake out the hands. Maybe massaging the hand, a few circular motions in the center of the palm can feel good. So you can sit back on a block or a blanket or a bolster to do this if you'd like. And then maybe making some circular motions around the wrist joint. And it also feels good to maybe move up and down each finger here. And then do the other side. So circular motions around the center of your palm. Maybe using the thumb. And then warming that wrist joint, making some circular motions around the wrist. And then again, moving up and down each finger. All right. So shake out the hands once more. Let's go ahead and come back into that tabletop position. And we're still working on the wrist. So this time, I'd like you to turn your fingertips so that they're pointing towards the knees. Now, if that is not available to you, you can continue with fingertips towards the outside edge of your mat. Otherwise, we're going to turn the hand so that the heel of the hand is pointing towards the top of your mat. Fingertips are towards the back of your mat or towards your knees. We're going to inhale here at center, look towards the top of your mat. Exhale, draw your navel towards your spine. And then we're just going to sink the hips back just a little bit so that the heel of the hand starts to peel off of the mat. And you can stay here for just a moment, or you can just rock back and forth. This one's pretty deep. Come on back to center. Turn your fingertips back towards the top of your mat. Sit back once more using a block or a blanket if you need it. Shake out the hands. And then again, just a quick little massage to the wrist and the palm of the hand. Now, rubbing hands together. So you can sit back on a block or blanket. And we're just gonna rub the hands together. Sit up nice and tall, lift up through the crown of your head. Create some heat between the hands. Inhale. And then exhale, drop your head into your hands. You're cupping your eyes here. And you're just noticing the warmth around your eye sockets. And from here, just beginning to maybe massage the forehead and the temple. Down the bridge of the nose. Maybe making some circular motions on the cheeks. And then in front of and behind the ears and down the jawline. And try to relax the muscles in the face the best you can. So soften that area between the eyebrow. All right, release here, shake out the hands once more. Let's come back into our tabletop position and we're gonna work on a little spinal mobility. So come back into your tabletop, back into knees under your hip bones, wrists under your shoulders. Look emptying out any stale air at the lower lobes of the lungs. Inhale back to center. Exhale, navel toward the spine. Inhale, lift up through the heart, look forward. Exhale, chin to chest, round your spine, tuck your tailbone, emptying the lungs. Inhale back to neutral. Let's do that once more. So exhale as you draw your navel in. Inhale, lift up through the heart, look forward. Exhale, round, emptying out the lungs. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, sink your hips back, make your way into a nice child's pose here. So extended child's pose. Bring your forearms relaxed down to your mat. Tip of the forehead is relaxed on your mat. You can keep the knees spread nice and wide here if you like. That can feel pretty good. And let's take 3 breaths here. Inhale as you look between the hands. Make your way back into your tabletop. So bring your knees back to center if you open them wide here. All right. So this time in our spinal mobility, we're just going to start to inhale forward, exhale back. So you're making some circular motions here. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. And this is, this helps with the wrist tightness This helps with hip tightness, mobility of the spine. And switch directions. Come on back to center. Inhale. Exhale, press your hips back, make your way back into that child's pose. Forearms resting on your mat. See if you can keep your knees together this time. If it's pressing on your belly, that's okay. Unless it's hard for you to breathe here. And then from here, stay in your child's pose, but bring your arms back behind or beside your legs, palms facing up. Allow your shoulders to be nice and relaxed here. Let's take 3 breaths. Slide your hands back next to your knees, palms down, and on your next inhale, just kind of roll yourself back up 1 vertebrae at a time. See if you can bring your head up last. Once you get here, a few shoulder rolls, back and forward. Shake out the hands once more. And let's make our way back onto the back. So come to the top of your mat. Knees are bent. Lean back into your hands and go ahead and make your way onto your back. Bring your arms out to a T in line with your shoulders. Inhale here with your neck nice and long on your mat. Exhale, emptying out the lungs. Crossing right leg over left. So right knee over left knee. Excuse me. Inhale. Exhale and just allow the knees to drop over to the left. Try to keep your right shoulder on your mat. Wherever the knees land is okay as long as that shoulder stays on the mat. We'll just take 3 breaths here. Inhale back to center. Uncross your legs and we'll do the other side. So crossing left leg over right this time. Inhale. Exhale, knees dropping over to the right this time. Again, keeping left shoulder on the mat. And we'll take 3 breaths here. Wherever you land is okay. Breathe. Inhale back to center. Uncross your legs. Let's do a few windshield wipering of the knees. So bring your feet out to either edge of your mat. Your knees are still bent here. You're going to inhale here at center. Exhale, drop to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. A few more times at your own pace. All right, from here, inhaling your knees back to center, we're going to extend the legs the length of the mat. You're going to scoot your heels over to the right corner of your mat, and then cross your right ankle over your left. From here, we're going to reach left hand down the side body. So actively reaching fingertips towards the corner of your mat, down that left side of your body. And then with the right hand, we're just going to swing that up and around. So right arm is reaching overhead, and you can keep the elbow bent in more of like a goalpost position here, or you can fully extend that arm. So we're opening up the right side body here. And while you're here, think about allowing those inhales to be just slightly longer than your exhales. One more breath here. Exhale, draw that right hand down beside the body. Uncross your ankles and scoot your heels over to the right corner of your mat this time. We're going to cross left ankle over right this time. And you're going to inhale this left arm up overhead. So again, you can bend the elbow. You can even place a blanket under the arm if your arm doesn't make it all the way down to the mat. Reaching actively down with the right hand, we're opening up this left side body, taking nice deep inhales here, allowing that inhale breath to be slightly longer than the exhale. One more breath here. Exhaling this left arm back down beside the body, uncross your ankles, scoot your heels back toward the center of your mat, bend your knees. Make your way over onto the side body, and then just press your way back to seated. You're going to come to a cross-legged position here. Lift up through your crown as you draw the hands together at heart center. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Thank you all so much for joining me in this gentle practice this morning. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace and namaste.